Alright guys, just decided to mix things up a little bit, and we're going to have a daily sealed event, 4 rounds, 6 packs, that sort of thing. Wanted to play a little bit of limited. It's not the most profitable, which is why I normally stick to constructed, but because you got to pay the bills if you're going to play Moto. But we'll have a little fun tonight. Let's do our piles by rarity. We got a mythic, but it's Angelic Destiny, but that's good in limited. So and we got a Grim Lavamancer and Druidic Satchel, and this guy's pretty cool. So white and red look pretty solid. Let's go by color, see if we have anything to go with these gentlemen. I do love a Blinding Mage, Stave Off, Pacifism, Abolisher. This card could be decent, especially if they manage to get our aura into the graveyard some other way. Oh yeah, we've got an O-Ring, and Arbalest Elite is alright, and the Griffin's not bad. It probably could make it down here. So it looks like white is probably going to be one of our colors. If you're unfamiliar with my sealeds, they pretty much always start with me putting way too many cards of a color that trying to mix 2 or 3 colors and then making a deck that's very inconsistent. Green looks to be by far the weakest color in Magic history because we don't have any reach guys or stinger fling spiders or cudgel trolls or anything, so we can just avoid that. Blue gives us, this guy's pretty good. This guy can be really good in the right deck, but I don't think we have enough blues. Yeah, so it's basically down to white, black, and red, which is the way it usually is because they have by far the best colors. Or they are by far the best colors, I think, in this format. So red gives us Shock, Lavamancer, maybe Fire Slinger. Really like the Stormblood Berserker. Incinerate, obviously. Active Treason can be good, is not a must. Chandra's Outrage and Fireball. So that's a pretty good suite of removal. We do these 2 Thran Golems, and we have this. So let's just for funsies. What is Thran Golem? Becomes a 9/9 flying first strike trample. I guess the bonus is overlap, but 9/9 flying first strike trample angel golem. So that's alright. Lightning Axe can be okay in the right deck. What does black give us? I see a Senior Vampire and a Gravedigger, and a Reassembling Skeleton, Child of Night. Yeah, but there's no removal in there, so it's basically just a Gravedigger. Alright. No, we're not going to play that. These people have submitted decks already. Man, that is just... I have no idea how they do it. That is absurd. I don't even know what to say about that. Okay, so we're red-white. The truth is, I don't think this deck is insane. I guess it has a lot of removal in it, though. So, how can we best capitalize? Looking at our list of... Ooh, Benelish Veteran. How did I miss him? He needs to get in there. We only have 9 creatures, and we've got the rest is basically removal and tricks. So we really need creatures of nearly any sort, which is probably gonna make this Elite Vanguard. I mean, Elite Vanguard's not great, but he turns on our Stormblood Berserker. I mean, we don't have any of the common Bloodthirst creatures or anything. We don't even really have any flyers. Our deck is insanely awkward, because it doesn't really do much. It just has Angelic Destiny and a bunch of crap and some removal. So we're going to live and die by how well... Yeah, we're playing this Fire Slinger too, I think. Because we really just want to make sure we have a lot of guys and to put the Angelic Destiny on. And we've got plenty of removal, so in a game where we've pacified their guy, O-Ring their guy, and have Lawkeeper and Crown of Empires and Arbalest Elite keeping them at bay. Like, pinging them for 1 a turn is fine. And Druidic Satchel is also going to be great in a deck like this because we can just grind through and pick up card advantage, that sort of thing. If we sort cards by... We can't sort by type. We've got Angelic Destiny, Oblivion Ring, Foil even. I wonder if that's worth anything. Pacifism that are good with the Auramancer. If they get destroyed, we can bring them back. But Now it's a matter of, do we want to play a narrower card like Lava Axe? I guess our deck is reasonably aggressive. Or do we want to play like a mediocre creature that could be decent? I feel like we're okay against aggro. I just feel like we're bad against, you know, control type decks. We don't have any demystifies. No fixing to get greedy. The ultimate greed would be to play the 2 Thran Golems and the Goblin Warpaint, and then we'd have Warpaint and Angelic Destiny. But I mean, Angelic Destiny is already gonna make whatever man it's on a beast. We don't need that to be Thran Golem, which is basically just an additional +2/+2. So I don't think I like that idea. Goblin Warpaint could be alright. Could beef up some of these early men. This could be a 16 land deck, but given how few good cards we have, and the fact that we are playing Fireball and cards that reward you for leaving a lot of mana open, I think we're probably going to want to play 17. But we'll play 17 and choose to play, because our deck should be really consistent on mana. So we're already at 10 non-creatures, which is too many. More than I like to run. I mean, I guess Druidic Satchel is kind of a creature, but yeah, this deck's kind of awkward. I really wish we just had some more guys. Some, even like Goblin Piker, or, you know, Stormfront Pegasus, or I mean, not this guy, but you never know. We could bring in one of our multiple Wall of Torches. Is there a better deck here that I'm missing? I mean, we could splash the red just for the burn. We play the black. Black would give us Child of Night, and I don't know. I don't know if I like that, because we're not really getting any bigger. We're just getting some filler that may or may not be good. I do like Distress. We're actually probably going to consider this Black Brew against certain decks, but yeah, splash the Gravedigger. I mean, that seems really greedy, and like unnecessarily greedy. I think this Abolisher is going to be really good. Turns off cards like this and all sorts of stuff. Excuse me. So of our creatures, how many of them are white? We have 11, and so we have 8 white creatures. It's not exactly an encouraging sign for the Guardian's Pledge. Mighty Leap, I think, is pretty mediocre. I kind of would rather play Slaughter Cry, because that's good defensively, and I think this deck is going to be defensive. But yeah, we basically have Angelic Destiny and a bunch of nothing, because we don't really have any way to get by big green dudes other than just like spending Oblivion Rings on them. Tough call. Maybe we could get even more aggressive and play the Active Treason, but we don't have any sacrifice outlets, so like we could play Active Treason plus Lava Axe and just try to get people. I don't think I like that. Oh, excuse me. I'm very tired. Card's just so marginal. It doesn't really do much, but it is a creature. We do need creatures. We need ways to block. You know, like even a Warpath Ghoul can wreck us, because like we'll have to burn it or trade a good creature for it, or you know, trade an Oblivion Ring for it. Yeah, you know, given that our opponents will probably have creatures like that, maybe a Shoehorn Dignitary isn't the, or a Stonehorn Shoehorn, a Stonehorn Dignitary might not be the worst. This is a creature, not much of one, but a 1/4. I cost like 1 more mana than it should. It's not like we're gonna gain a lot with the tempo. just the slightest bit thin here. Like, I think these cards are all extremely good, but I think we're just really thin on actual, like, cards to beat somebody with. It's very rare that you just get somebody with a Griffin Sentinel. This is obviously the exception. Maybe I'll be surprised. Maybe? I have a lot of removal. If you have a lot of removal, this guy is not half bad. Like a really crappy ball lightning. You know what? I think I'm just gonna play both these guys, and that gives me 13 creatures, which is a better number than 12. Lightning Elemental is good on defense, and if the way is clear, it can really punish somebody. Probably side it out. We'll probably side out both of these cards every single match, but we'll side them out knowing what our opponent's game plan is and whether, you know, what exactly we need to combat it. But as game 1 cards, I think they're acceptable. Not good or not even fine, but acceptable. What would our black version look like? I mean, we're basically, if we're bulking up on the black here, we play probably no more than that. No, Warpath Ghoul. We don't have any Doom Blades or anything to make it worth it. We just have this guy, which admittedly is pretty good, but not insane. We would make our mana bad with no fixing. Yeah, we're just gonna go with this for now. We're not gonna be afraid to change if we have to, but for now we're just gonna go with this. This actually seems like a good number. I was thinking 11 and 6, but I might yeah, this is actually the right number. So we'll just submit this deck and see how it goes. I'm not crazy about this deck, but it has some cards that are just really hard to answer, and it's got tons of removal, so it'll probably go 2 and 2 or 3 and 1. And we'll see how far we get.